right hand corner of King Sejong Station, our first map here. It's our blue Zerg player representing No Dice Gaming. It's Cham. No Dice Gaming, they finished third place in Group A with a match score of 6-3 plus 12 on the map score. As you can see, them victories include wins over KLG, Team Ascension, Micro Gamers, Rip Z's, Alloy Esports, and Miraculous Gaming, with losses to Root, Gravity, and Integrity Gaming. I think most interesting of those is the fact that they they did lose to Root, and they will go up against Root if they are the winners here today. Once again, they went 2-4 last time. Maybe they can clinch a victory the next time around, but of course they've got to go through the team on the other side of the map right now before they even think about that semi-final. In the upper left hand corner from DuSt Gaming, the Teal Zerg player who's opening up with a hatchery first into pool instead of a pool first into hatchery. It's Please Leave Dog. Alright. So as you can see, DuSt, they were in Group B. They finished second behind IVD Gaming, but head of Solaris Gaming, who came out in third place, and that left them with a match score of 7 matches to 2, and a map score of plus 18. Again, they only lost to IVD, and they lost as well to Seed Gaming in the early weeks of the tournament. So, they've looked very solid. In weeks 3 and 4, they lost to Seed, then IVD, and then they won their last 5 matches in a row. So, an amazing win streak right now for DuSt Gaming as they come into this match. It'll be very interesting to see what they can get done. Let's talk a little bit more about the game here, as we've got a couple of Zerglings on the way across for Cham already coming across here, and looking to do a little bit of scouting. He did go pool first, so he gets these across a little bit faster than his opponent. Will get his own 2 Zerglings out, and these 2 Zerglings are going to pop up into the natural and in towards the main to just see what's up, see how much gas has been mined, is gas still being mined, just get as much information as they can here. And coming around and may try and grab themselves a drone kill. One of those Zerglings just getting nibbled out a little bit by them drones. They now will have to retreat, as this Zergling needs to be very, very careful. In fact, I think they're both going to go down. A couple of Zerglings from Please Leave Duck were across the map, but they've decided not to go any further just yet. Now they start to come around this correct direction once again. Cham, he's going for no gas. He's having on a spine crawler. He's going to be going for a lot more queens early on in this game, and it will just be a gasless opening from him. A gasless opening which is very likely to lead straight into roaches. This first creep team are going to get killed off at the cost of a single Zergling, and the other Zergling will get into the main base and head on in here to get a little bit of a scout going down. So this Cham does take his gases at about the 5:30 mark and heads into this double gas now. Double gas which is on the way also for Please Leave Duck. His Zergling speed on the way as well, as he goes into a very fast lair here, and intrigued as to what this could be. We'll see if he takes his 3rd and 4th gases very quickly, or what exactly this might be. I mean, it could be a rush into Aspire to start things off. Definitely a possibility. So as 3rd and 4th gas comes down, I think that's what it's going to be here. Very fast Mutalisks coming out of Please Leave Duck, the starting player here for DuSt Gaming. Now Rotron's on the way on the other side of the map, along with a couple of Evolution Chambers. Cham is getting set up to go into this mid-game. I say mid-game because these guys, they're already teching, from these 2 bases. They're getting off of the early game. Ling Bane, they're not even going to go into that. It's all going to be about roaches. It's all going to be about Mutalisks here. So they're getting set into very strong mid-games. Ooh, Ling upgrades. That's not something I was expecting to see at all out of Cham when he started up this in the production tab. Wow, that's interesting. Ling upgrades then. So I guess he starts up Ling speed as well. This is really, really interesting. I guess he's going to try and catch his opponent a little bit off guard. Please Leave Duck, Aspire on the way. And again, I mean, right now, if I'm Please Leave Duck, I run up here, see Rotron, double Evo. I'm like, right, okay, roaches are coming, but a lot of Zerglings with Zergling speed, probably not really expecting it. And if he gets caught a little bit off guard, he could see his own 3rd base getting cancelled by a huge swell of Zerglings. And, well, he is going into Baneling Nest, so that's something for him at least right now. As a lot of Zerglings are starting to come out here for Cham. Zergling speed about halfway done. Still very intrigued to see what exactly this is going to mean for him. These Zerglings coming up the ramp and down once again. and just dancing around thinking about what exactly they want to try and achieve here in this game. A couple of things do pop out for Please Leave Duck at Home, but in general he's just been drawing it up and waiting for the Spire to finish. He's going to be able to make 7-8 Mutalisks here straight away, and there's been a nest coming down for Cham as well. It looks as though he's just going to go for one huge all-in across the map with all of these Zerglings and the Banelings. The speed's about to kick in. 1-1's not going to be too far behind it. Now he is going to take a third base behind this, although there's a Zergling here for Please Leave Duck to try and pick away at this. Cham going to start moving away with that drone. Here come the Zerglings coming across the map, and 9 Mutalisks on the way. So these mutants are very, very important. These mutants are all Please Leave Duck has to really clean us up. We actually just have some Banelings on the way, and so that will be very useful here as Cham begins to stream straight into the mineral line, and he's going to start doing a lot of damage. But here are the Mutalisks, so immediately he's going to be able to spot these. +1/+1 not quite finished, so the Banelings are going to be able to kill these Zerglings in one single hit. And there's a lot of Banelings on the way in for Cham, and Cham actually just decides to cancel this. He isn't going to carry through with this plan, and he doesn't even commit onto that third base. So no, overall here, Cham gets about 3 workers killed, and then he just retreats out of there, and he's going to be left in not too great of a position. I mean, he's lost, you know, he didn't kill the third base. He's got his own third base a little bit late. He's got melee upgrades, and melee upgrades aren't necessarily going to be the best upgrades to have as the game goes on. You know, they don't transition very well, you know, later into the game. Here, Please Leave Duck is looking to try and take down some of these Banelings of Cham as they're coming up into this natural, but they all go down, targeted down by the Mutalisks here. Please Leave Duck still with his Banelings left over of his own. He might lose his queen, and I don't think he will. He's going to keep that alive as well, and Cham struggling to make anything really happen here still. He's picked off a few more workers, I suppose, so he's taking about a 5-worker lead. As he'll lose a Baneling over here as well. He's still rallying Lings forward and trying to just flood the natural expansion. But it's just not quite enough. They're going to peel away, try and hit this third base again here, but Please Leave Duck very much so on top of things, and cleans up a few of these Zerglings very quickly without too much of an issue at all. And well, Cham just comes over to this right hand side, and Please Leave Duck just begins to come across the map. Some Banelings connecting here in the middle. Maybe not the best hits. These mutants still haven't been able to make it across the map, guys, as they're still chasing down these Zerglings and Banelings which keep coming in from Cham. The Zerglings are heading across the map, though. They're already picking off reinforcements, and they could go in and just cancel the third base now. A couple of Banelings are about to finish up, and these could be huge Baneling connections as Cham takes down every single Zergling of Please Leave Duck. And Please Leave Duck just GG's right there. Back at home, he's taking so much worker damage because his mutants are taking so long to try and you know, catch up with the Zerglings and actually kill them off. And wow, Cham takes the victory after what looked to be a very much so as though he was in a little bit of trouble, honestly. I thought he was, but then Baneling hits change absolutely everything. It completely denies the ability of Please Leave Duck to do counter damage. And, you know, he's given up worker damage. To move across the map like that, he's allowed Cham to do damage, and that's where it's really just all gone wrong for him. As game 1 goes the way of No Dice Gaming here, nice and quick to get things started, guys. We're going to go into a quick 3-minute commercial break. In the meantime, you can check out one of our sponsors from the SC2 Improved Team League America. He's called Let's Kung Fu, and you can check them out at youtube.com/filthyrake. He's just a guy who loves StarCraft. He's the main sponsor of SC2ITL America, so do go check him out, youtube.com/filthyrake. And go check out a couple of his YouTube videos. Guys, we'll be back in 3 minutes time with game 2 of No Dice Gaming versus DuSt Gaming to determine which of these teams head into the semi-finals of SC2ITL America Season 1 for an opportunity to play against Root Gaming for a spot in the Grand Finals. We'll be back in 3 minutes time. Don't go anywhere. Team League America here as we are in the playoffs, the round of 8, the quarterfinals between DuSt Gaming and No Dice Gaming. Winner of this best of 7 goes up against Root Gaming in the semi-finals. Guys, let's go into game numero dos. As in the lower left hand corner we have the red Zerg player from No Dice Gaming taking game number 1 with a very Ling heavy play and just consistently attacking across the map and some very good Baneling hits. It's Cham. His opponent right now, in the upper right hand corner, a player who was very strong in the early weeks for DuSt Gaming, has been a key player for them throughout the season. Let's see what he can get up to today. The green Zerg player is Demilove. Now, game 2. I'm not going to lie, guys. I am pretty tired. And I'm also not going to lie, I completely forgot that this match was happening today. It's been a busy week. We just started the SC2 Improved Team League Season 3 in Europe. It's been crazy. We've got teams like StarTale, My Insanity playing. It's amazing so far, and we've been getting ridiculous viewers. It's been fantastic. We've seen some fantastic games. I've been casting every day this week, and then on Thursday night, I was told, "Oh, you get to cast DreamHack on Saturday." So I was like, "Oh, well, that's okay then." And I just completely forgot. I told these teams to organise their playoff matches for the Saturday and Sunday nights. So I'm like, "Oh, I'll be fine." So anyways, yeah, basically I ended up casting DreamHack yesterday, which I had to wake up at 6 AM for, because apparently Russian time is really far ahead of UK time. So I had to wake up at 6 AM after going to bed at like 4 AM. And then I was like, "Oh, full day of casting, yada yada." I was like, right, I'll just stay up late again, and then I'll be able to sleep for a long time and stay up late for this match tomorrow. And then I got told I was doing the round of 16 of DreamHack this morning, so I had to wake up again at like 7 AM this time. And yeah, I'm not running on very much sleep right now. So if I start talking nonsense, start talking bullshit, and start telling you things which aren't true, and you can clearly see they're not true, I do apologise in advance. Blame DreamHack for making me cast. Although it was a lot of fun, I will not lie. So we've got a couple of links coming across the map from either player pool into hatchery for both of these, and it's a gas for Demilove, but no gas for Cham just yet. So we'll see what Demilove wants to do against this style of players. He probably could have got a drone kill there if he really wanted to. He's going to get this one over here. Ooh, no, just doesn't. Could loop around and maybe try for that one again, but now the queen's out, so Demilove not going to be able to achieve too much here. These lings just going to have to retreat for now. And yeah, a couple of lings for Cham doing the same thing on his opponent's side of the map, coming in, spotting the gas, seeing how much is mined, seeing that it's continuing to mine after Zegling speed has been started, and that is the most important thing out of all of this here. So yeah, Cham going to get away with this single Zergling. Okay, he's still just going to keep running around. He just wants to keep get as much information as he can. He's going to lose it to the queen on the low ground anyway, so he's just going to try and get in here, get a little bit more. Doesn't get anything in the end, but that's not the end of the world, as Zergling speed about halfway done here for Demilove. Now, if you can identify he's going up against a fairly gasless play up until just now, he could try and abuse it by taking a faster third base of his own, but it looks as though he doesn't really know what exactly is. Okay, I guess he has. He does know. He has had them couple of lingers, and so he knows it was gasless. But we'll see how he reacts. He actually is just going to add on an evolution chamber, so going to skip the bane of the nest. And this is a response we're seeing more and more often as well. The faster lair, the evolution chamber coming down, and this just allows you to basically end up in a very similar position to what the gasless opening puts you in. It gives you a couple less queen. It gives you like one less queen, but you're very safe. Because you know you don't need a wall off because your opponent's gasless, so you probably won't have Zergling speed. So you don't need a wall off, which is the difference between playing the gasless style, which Cham is doing, and the gas style, which Demilove is doing. So yeah, just a single evo chamber instead of two, and Demilove looking as though he's gonna maybe move towards the third base as drone starts to come out here and head in this general direction. Overlord being chased out of the main base here. Cham getting that, taking a couple of hits on this, and getting taken away. And Spankle just going to start moving forward here. Looks as though Cham also looking to move towards his own third base. So in the end, I would say I prefer Demilove's position. He has not got Zergling speed because he actually cancelled that. He's got a slightly faster +1. He's got faster Gallery Constitution. He's got a faster third base as well. And right now he holds a couple of workers and he's a couple of workers ahead. So overall, I think this is pretty good for him. Which clan am I cheering for? Oh, I don't know. Like, I've enjoyed casting both of these teams throughout the season. I would kind of like to see a rematch between DuSt and RO8, because the last series between DuSt and RO8 in the group stage was very exciting, so that would be great. But again, I can appreciate if that is, if DuSt can take down No Dice Gaming, then I'm sure they're going to be able to also put up a fantastic series against RO8. So I'm not too worried about that, as an overseer actually getting turned around here by a queen, and this third base still on the way up here for Cham. It's just finished up for Demilove on his own side of the map. And both these players spreading overlords like crazy. Well, at least Demilove is. He sees everything on his half of the map. Compared to Cham, who he sees a lot, but not quite as much. But he has the major pathways covered, and that's the main importance here. it looks as though a single Zergling just snuck in here and died. So not too much really going on right now. Just Roaches starting to be masked up actually by Demilove. He's on 20 Roaches, and it looks as though he's going to try and move across the map. Roach speed has finished for him. By the time he gets across here, though, the Roach count's going to have evened up for Cham. He's going to have 1-1. I don't really believe there's any way Demilove can really take a fight here. Now, it looks as though he's going to try and come in two different... No, okay, he's going to group up with his army again. It looked for a moment as though he's going to try and hit the third and then run by with Roaches into the natural. But instead, he's actually just going to come forward here straight away. And there's just too much here for... immediately, way too much here for Cham now. He doesn't have Roach speed just yet, so he can't actually move forward and chase this. But he will be able to turn this away for now. Demilove straight into +2, adding +1 carapace into his production line as well. And Cham... He had a worker lead for a little while, but that's now been evened up by Demilove. So overall, we're seeing a pretty even game right now. Worker count is again fairly even between both of them. The Roach count is pretty even as well. Cham seems to be ever so slightly ahead, and he does have 1-1 right now instead of just +1. But as time goes on, Demilove opens up a timing for himself because his +2 continues to come in here. So his +2 is on the way, and the longer this +2 continues to come in for... before Cham starts up his own, then the more of an advantage he will be able to take later in the game, and the more time he can, the more opportunities he has, I should say, to come in and to kill off, and his opponent, or take fights which are favourable for him because of the upgrade advantage. +2 carapace does now start for Cham, but no sign of +2 missiles just yet. Coming across the map here, maybe look to force a fight. +2 a minute or so away for Demilove. I think with defender's advantage here, he should be alright if a fight does take place on his side of the map. And again, with this vision of his overlords, he sees everywhere which Cham is walking. So Cham can't really, be all too aggressive, because again, as soon as he is, Demilove is just going to turn him around without too much of an issue. So these Roaches going to head back home now for Cham and just fall back until they're ready, maybe with that +2 to go again. Demilove clear out the rocks, indicative of maybe looking to take the gold base as his fourth. And it looks as though an Overseer here will do some contaminating on this evolution chamber at the front. Now that's only +1 carapace. It's not as important as the +2 missiles, which will be finishing up here in the next few seconds. So will Demilove try and take advantage of this upgrade and try and fight with 2-0 against 2-1, and soon to be 2-1 against 2-1, or sorry, 2-0 against 1-1. Again, the extra missile upgrade is much more important than the carapace, and once that carapace kicks in as well, he's essentially a full set of upgrades ahead. So he's definitely got a timing window here. We'll see if he wants to try and hit it. It's a Hydralisk Den actually just coming down for him, so I mean, I guess even if he's going into Hydras, he has to take a fight at some point, because he has to trade off some of his supply to be able to go into, Hydras production, because currently he's maxed out. So he's going to come southwards here. He's going to head towards this third base once again. He's going to see the Roaches of his opponent in just a second with this Overseer. So what's the Roach count looking like? 64 against 65. So again, I mean, if the concaves are similar, we should see Demilove winning this fight. Now, defender's advantage may come into this, and reinforcements as well. There's a slightly better concave, I would say, here for Cham initially, as these Roaches are all lining up to just fight against each other. There's a Spine Crawler here, which will slowly but surely add a lot of damage onto this. And I think Demilove will just have to back off the damage done. Pretty similar Roach counts at the end of this. Demilove could maybe split, turn around, and fight this army now if he would like to. Contaminate comes down on the carapace upgrade of Cham, so delaying that +2 carapace for a little bit longer here as Demilove falls back, and he is beginning to go into Hydralisks as well as Cham. So both of these guys transitioning into Roach Hydra now. Demilove can't seem to quite get a concave he wants to really fight against this. This group of Roaches deciding where exactly they want to go. They're not too sure themselves. Demilove just sitting on top of this ramp at the moment, and well, Cham takes his fourth base. The gold base coming up a lot later for him, but Demilove yet to utilise this base. So it's not like he's getting ahead by having this gold any earlier. He will now be behind in upgrades as +2 is about to finish for Cham, but not just yet. So Cham's going to take this fight right now, just before his upgrade comes in. It's still 15 seconds away, so there's a lot of this fight where Cham does not have that upgrade advantage. And he is, both team players are having to remax here. A lot of Roaches on the way out for either player. Now, these Hydras, they're adding a lot of DPS in from behind, but as these Roaches fall, these Hydras will fall even faster. And the Roaches stepping forward here for Demilove. to be able to clean up these last few Hydralisks of Cham and to push this back completely. Kills off the Overseer as well. At the end of this, Cham is actually making a lot of Hydras. I guess he's already made a big round of Roaches. 34 Roaches against 31, and with the extra Hydras coming in, it looks as though Cham is going to be the player in the advantage. More Roaches on the way for Demilove. He's actually going to take a fight right here, right now. Now, he is behind in upgrades. He does not have +2 Carapace, so this time it's a lot different to when Cham was attacking into him across the map, but it looks as though Demilove still just has a little bit too much here, and Cham actually struggling to be able to do anything. His Hydras, they did not get over here fast enough, and 4th base forced to cancel. Demilove cancelling that, having his own 4th base up and beginning to mine. That means his economy is going to start taking a little bit of a lead in the game. As you can see in the income tab, he's already just a little bit ahead at every point by 100, 200-ish minerals. So despite being on the same number of workers, so Demilove with a small advantage in the economy because of this 4th base at the gold. He falls back right now. He does not have as many Hydralisks in his army as his opponent does. And them Hydras behind the Roaches could make a huge difference here. The amount of DPS they're going to be putting out is more than substantial, so it definitely could come into this game. A lot more Hydras starting to be added on for Demilove, so maybe he just doesn't want to take a fight until he gets the rest of his Hydras up. I think that would be a smart move. One of these guys, I wonder, yeah, I was going to say, you know, one of these guys might very soon put an infestation pit down to go into a hive and +3. Or even just to go into Infestors and play Roach Hydra and Infestor. They can't really go for both. They don't really have the money for it. As Cham makes a pretty big move here. Moves in towards the natural and starts doing a little bit of harassment. Demilove is on top of it very quickly though. And he takes down these Roaches without too much of an issue. One of them just burrow here. Not many workers killed at all as Cham tries to come up this ramp. Demilove is going to lose an Overlord, but he comes down here to greet this. And both these armies looking fairly even, and Demilove actually chasing. He will force the our Red Circle player to turn around and actually fight him. And both of these players split into Concave, but it looks as though Demilove is the player who has just a little bit more, as the Roaches again, they fall for Cham, and that leaves these Hydralisks open to attack. And there's so many Hydras left over here for Demilove. He pushes through this army without much of an issue. A lot of Roaches on the way in production for both of these players, but there's more for Demilove as he moves across the map with the Hydras. He's going to be able to kill off this gold base once again here. This time Cham won't cancel. He'll just have to face the fact that he's going to lose it. Now he will come forward here with some Roaches, and it looks as though he will actually clean these up. So the base doesn't go down, and it looks as though Demilove going to have to wait for his own Roach reinforcements to come in before he can bring his Hydralisks forward. But that looks as though that time is now. The Roaches are here and the Hydras are going to come forward with them, and Cham is going to struggle to fight this because he just doesn't have as much DPS in his army as Demilove does. And right now Demilove is pushing on through. This gold base will go down in the back as he pushes the army all the way home to the 3rd base. And Cham is actually continuing to fall in supply here. He's 40 supply down. Spankroll at the front goes down. The Roaches pop back up from their burrow. And more of these beginning to fall. I think Demilove has done this at this point. I mean, the Roaches continue to fall. The reinforcements are not going to be enough at this point. And Demilove gets the well played from Cham, and he evens up this best of 7. 1-1. All tied up here and ready for game number 3 to see which of these teams will be taking the lead at the second opportunity. So move the webcam move it a bit further up, shall we? So 1-1 right now. DuSt versus No Dice Gaming. We'll see who No Dice Gaming send out next. Maybe give us something other than a ZVZ. That would be nice and very entertaining. Demilove here again, proving he's been a key player for DuSt throughout the entire season, and again tonight he's already been pretty key. He's taken down the first player from you know, he's got his team on the scoreboard, he's got them rolling, he's given them a little bit of momentum now, and given them an opportunity to maybe even take a lead here in the best of 7. Guys, we'll be back in 3 minutes time after a quick commercial break. Very quick shout out to a couple of followers, Bidu TV and Depatse123. Thank you for hitting the follow button. If you are enjoying the show, guys, do hit the follow button. You can see when we go live all of the SC2 improved content. So yeah, hit the follow button. What was I gonna? I was just gonna say, yeah, you can hit the follow button, and it's the easiest way to support us. If you enjoy our content, it's the easiest way to support us, because if you come back and watch us again in the future, or watch this channel again, you know, you're supporting us again and further and helping us grow. and that's the main goal of SC to improve, to grow and to enjoy some StarCraft while doing so. Guys, we'll be back in a few minutes time with game 3 of this best of 7 all kill. Demi cheers SWS. Will he be cheering the same after game 3, or will it be the No Dice Gaming fans who will be a little bit louder in the chat? We'll be finding out very soon. It's always nice when the song ends just as the players are ready. Everything seems to like just slide into place. Don't you bark. Don't you bark. No. My dog thinks it can bark. No, we're casting, doggy. You can't bark while we're casting. Silly little doggy. Are you okay? I don't think it was actually barking. I think it was choking. Oops. Right. It's okay. It's not dead. Okay. Game 3 here on the way. It's going to be a PvZ as Cowman going to be the next player out from No Dice Gaming. DuSt doing a great job to even up this series and showing us it's not just going to be a one-sided affair here, and I don't think anyone really expected it to be. Honestly, I mean, coming into this, you've got to imagine, you just got to think about it. Will it be one-sided? Why would it be one-sided? Well, it wouldn't be, because both of these teams performed well enough in the group stages to go into the playoffs, and if you've performed well enough in the groups to make the playoffs, you're probably going to be good enough to take on the other teams in the playoffs. You know, that's generally how these things work. Let's go into the game and begin to introduce our players. In the lower right hand corner of the map, it is Nimbus. Our green Zerg player from DuSt Gaming, it's Demilove. Again, DuSt on quite the win streak right now, 5 victories in a row. The only bone I would pick with these stats is their victory against Solaris. Solaris went 2-0 up, and then I think they lost. I think it was tied 2-2 or something, and then they had to forfeit because they had no more players. So that was, that's something which I think a lot of people may argue that if Solaris had maybe had a better organisation on that day and showed up with their full team, they very easily could have swapped places, and it could have been Solaris facing off No Dice Game, and it could have been DuSt facing off Gravity. They could have swapped places in the group, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I think all the teams that end up here, I guess it kind of depends. I think whatever side of the bracket you end up on, it's all the same. You face a similar level of opponent in the round of 8, and you move on to play either Root or IVD in the round of 4. I think they're both pretty similar scenarios. So anyways, in the upper right hand corner, it's the orange Protoss player from No Dice Gaming. It's Cowman. Why was Schnitzel banned? I believe they have unbanned Schnitzel, Terran. So anyway, I did unban Schnitzel, Terran. Yes, in the upper right hand corner, No Dice Gaming's Cowman. Starting up with a gateway into a Nexus first into gateway 8 or something like that. The Nexus is finished. It must be a Nexus first or something. I don't know. Oh, it's too late. It's like almost 3 AM. I haven't had enough sleep. My brain is melting. 3 hatcheries on the way very quickly out of Demilove. As wow, that is a very quick 3 hatcheries, and this pool only just finishing now. Ooh, Demilove looking as though he's been a little bit greedy here in the early stages of this game. So, what's gonna go on? Demilove? So, yeah, Demilove down here in the bottom right. He's gonna be waiting to see what Cowman wants to do with this game. Probably. I mean, he's obviously already set down the he's put on the plate, what he wants to do. He wants to go up to 3 bases and probably just play a macro game. He needs to see what Cowman wants to do. Whether Cowman wants to go up to 3 bases, whether Cowman wants to stay on 2 bases and hit a timing attack. It'll be up to Demilove to react and respond to whatever Cowman opts to do. So Stargate on the way here for Cowman in his main base, and that will be his choice. Generally, Stargate openings do lead into you know, third bases, and especially as a forge comes down as well. Expecting to just see 3 bases here out of Calman in the future. Phoenix or Oracle, what's it going to be? He starts chrono boosting, but doesn't make anything just yet. There's 150, 150 for the Oracle. Oracle's on the way out, and will be on the way across the map here in just a few moments' time. As an overlord already getting picked off, didn't actually scout anything though. As this is a pretty nifty place to you know, hide your buildings. So no scouting information so far by Demilov. He now starts to move this overlord in. How good at dodging overlords is this Oracle? He's going to see this overlord here, so he might be able to dodge down here if it's... he's got like a very small gap he can get through. And, well, actually, the way he's rallied, he's unfortunately going to head in towards another overlord. So it will be spotted here. It won't be a complete surprise. And we'll see here if Demilov is paying attention. He's clicking around and he sees that Oracle there. So he sees the Oracle on the way, and immediately he's going to start up spore crawlers and has this queen pulled forward so he can get a few extra shots there before he even gets in towards the mineral line. And pulling his other queen from the main base as well. So Oracle's actually getting quite a few kills here actually. I mean, it takes a queen a long time to work it down. 5 kills in total, but loses a lot of hit points to be able to stay around that long. So, you know, not so bad for the Oracle at first. The most important thing is keeping the Oracle alive. It's great for map control, it's great for knowing what your opponent's up to. And there's a third base for Calman. So +1 on the way, expecting to see Twilight Council, and +2 on the way very soon alongside Blink. And that's pretty much the standard way to just go into this. Or to follow up this kind of, you know, this speed of a third base, because the +2, you know, makes you very strong on the ground, and the Blink, you know, it gives you a lot of potential to micro and to do well against anything which comes towards you. And it's also very good against Mutalisk transitions, as you've got +2 and Blink Stalkers, obviously. But instead we see a Robo Facility coming down very quickly, and Twilight Council as well. So I mean, we still could just see Twilight Council, Blink +2, and just some Immortals, and heading into Colossi. I mean, it's all pretty much the same time as well. He's just having the Robo Facility as well, and you know, there's nothing weird about that either. So Calman with a couple more gateways finishing at this third base now. He will be able to make them into warp gates to help him out. Oracle coming back in here. It's on 8 kills. I think it was just a couple of Zerglings he's picked off there. He's actually got 8 drones throughout the game, so he's had a couple more drone kills here with this Oracle, but nothing too major, as he's just going to sit back for a little while now. Hydralisk then on the way for Demilov. Demilov looking as though he wants to play a Roach Hydra opening into the game, and we'll see what kind of transition he maybe has planned for later on. There's +2, there's Blink, there's the Robo Bay as well, so kind of the trio of production tab buildings or upgrades there that we need to see. The 3 things we were expecting to see in the production tab. An Immortal on the way out as well, just to help out. You know, if you've got this Robo Facility not doing anything, you know, why not use it for an Immortal? You know, why not use it to get something out? If there's Roaches on the way, then it's going to be very useful. If there isn't, it's still a pretty good unit. It's very beefy, it's very tanky, and it will add a little extra to your army. As a big Warlock going to come up to this side of the map. You know, this kind of Warlock would say, I don't really plan on leaving these 3 bases, because if he takes this base, you know, it's very, very out of the way. If he takes this base, he's cutting off one of the main pathways towards. I mean, he's got this pathway still, I guess, but I guess it's not that bad actually. I guess it's not that bad to actually just come forward here and around. It's probably actually faster. Interesting. Hydralisk's on the way, Spire on the way as well, so we are looking towards that Mutalisk tech switch here for our Zerg player Demilov. And as he is beginning to get a few of these units out, his 4th base on the way as well, so he's just playing a macro game here. Again, he's matching his opponent's economy. You know, following the standard rule of Zerg, stay 1 base ahead of your opponent. As his gases finish up here, and they're going to be the really important things to know, you know, to take into account when this 4th base finishes up. Look at the timing there on the drones, but absolutely spot on and perfect. The gases are most important because it helps him get his, you know, more gas units out, more tech units out. So that's the really important thing right now. As this Overlord will spot this army coming across. Demilov will not get supply back by losing that Overlord. He's 149 over 192 right at the moment, so he's okay. He's just going to fall back for now. Make some more Lings, make some more Hydras as well, and just prepare. He's got +1 flyer attacks on the way, but no sign of that Mutalisk switch just yet. He doesn't quite have enough money built up to really go for it. First course is in this army, and moving forward here, Calman does have recall available if things get a little bit dicey for him. So you know, this isn't an all-in as much as it is just, you know, it's not an all-in at all. It's just a pressure build. You know, he's just here to pressure, moving out on the map, forcing units which maybe Demilov doesn't actually want to make. Hallucinated Phoenix is going to come scatter around. It should be able to spot the Spire in the natural, and most importantly, it should be able to see the Spire is upgrading. He actually concentrated. In fact, he's already seen the Spire, so he knows the Spire is up. As 8 Corruptors come in, and they're going to be looking to try and just take down these Colossi initially. Corruptors are going to be good as well because it was a Stargate opening, and with a Stargate opening, you know, the Phoenix can come out very quickly as well. So if he does want to switch into Mutalisks, the Corruptors are going to be a good choice to defend them, and Mutacorruptor, of course, a very viable composition, although we haven't actually seen too much Mutalisk Corruptor, too many Mutacorruptor styles lately. I can't actually remember the last time I saw a Mutacorruptor game. Which is weird because there must have been one recently. I must have just, you know, it was such a popular style for so long, but well. Pylon gets killed off here. Ling's moving forward. Calman going to turn this initial army away here, but this is a little bit scary because if these Colossi go down too quickly, then this army can do very well against what's on the ground against the Protoss player. One of the Colossus has fallen, the second will fall now as well, and the third on the way, but all of these Stalkers may just be too much at the moment for Demilov. 12 more Roaches, 10 more Hydras in the production tab. Protoss are going to get chased down and picked off here. Templar Archives on the way as well as a new Colossus to start, you know, remaxing a little bit. Looks as though the Mothership Core's gone down as well during all of that fighting, and well, Demilov has to be careful. He can't fight right now. He needs to wait for a few more units to come. He's on 84 drones, so his army is very, very kind of small here. He's only on 1-1 upgrades. He's about to be going up against a +3 Protoss player. These Hydras are in a lot of DPS, though. We need to start seeing the Protoss player beginning to blink. Carman needs to blink to just add a little bit more, you know, just to keep these Stalkers alive longer. And if he blinks well enough, he might even just end the game with this push right now, as he is pushing through. A lot more Lings on the way. Carman just going to fall back. He's not going to overcommit onto this creep. Falls back to his pile and waits for some more Warpins. He's got his Colossus coming back up at home, so he might just be able to come forward with one Colossus and go for it. I don't know if he'll start up a second one. Mothership Core being remade as well as Hive is on the way for Demilov. So Demilov looking to just continue teching up here. Probably going to want to try and get into Vipers now and get some Abducts available for new Colossi, or just get Blinding Clouds on into the game. Demilov going to just be take this fight right now. Stuff is blinking backwards and just slowly trading against this. The Roaches are gone, and as the Roaches are gone, Hydras will begin to fall very quickly. A Colossus here as well, and Demilov, he's been trading very well, but now he's just a little bit too much. The Max Stalkers are just at a critical mass, and the Hydra's getting taken down very quickly here. Another Hydra pops out of his neck and is greeted by a Protoss Death Ball. It's kind of like one of them Carbot animations, right? You know, you see the Hydra, he pops out of the egg, he's just been born and he's so happy. He's like, yay, life, yay, Nimbus. And then he's like, yeah, I'm a Hydra, yay. And then he gets like, he sees the Death Ball, he's like, that was probably the worst impression of a Carbot Hydralisk in my life, or in anyone's life that anyone's ever seen. No DuSt Gaming take the advantage once again. Wow, so they take game 1, they get a 1-0 lead, they lose it, go 1-1, but very confidently take it to an advantage once again. Calman taking that game, putting them in the lead here, and 2 maps away from a semi-final date with Root. So very interesting times and very tense times for DuSt, who will once again have to be playing from behind as we head into game 4 after a quick commercial break. Hashtag DuSt fighting from Donietjiggy in the chat. And yeah, guys, do come join us in the chat. It's a little bit quiet right now, but do come join us, come liven up the day. It's quite nice in there, and why not come say hello, let us know which team you're supporting, and some stuff like that, guys. We're going to go into game number 4 after a quick little bit of music and a quick few commercials. If you are enjoying the show, again, you can follow. If you're really enjoying the show, you can turn off your ad block so the ads help us out a bit, or you can subscribe to the channel as well. All of the money we raise goes straight back into our StarCraft tier, goes straight back into SC2 Improve and running more tournaments. And yeah, as you can see, there's the donation thing which rolls around. We're looking to run an Ace Player Invitational with the top 16 teams of SC2ITL America with $250 prize money. And if we don't actually reach the donation goal, it'll still happen, but I'll have to fund the last $100 or so. So we're trying to raise the last $100, but we'll see what happens. But all of the money we do raise from SC2ITL America ads and stuff, it goes into a cause like that. So anyways, we'll be back in a few moments' time. Game 4 on the way. between these two teams, DuSt Gaming and No Dice Gaming, as No Dice have taken the lead once again in this best of. Derping out, a bit tired. God damn it. Game 4 between No Dice Gaming and DuSt, as DuSt send out the red Terran player in the upper right hand corner, Schnitzel, as their third player out here. So I would imagine if Schnitzel falls, it will all come down to SWS to try and clinch the series. So hopefully Schnitzel can make a good game of this. 12 racks, 12 gas, Reaper opening here to begin with. So Reaper opening to start things off here. From our DuSt Gaming player in the lower, I always say lower, I will never mean to, it's just such an automatic thing to say, in just the left hand side of the map. Whoops, well this is me. In the left hand side of the map we have the orange Protoss player from No Dice Gaming taking map number 3 to take his team into an advantage, and the opportunity now to take another game which would put his team onto match point. It's the orange Protoss player. It's Cowman. Look, the logos match up. Isn't that a fun game? Okay, so what will happen here in this TVP? I'm quite excited. We get to see a Terran player. This is awesome. So immediately here, Schnitzel's actually already pulled out of gas a little bit. He's just going to be mining from here very slowly, so you can start up a reactor, start up his expansion a lot faster, as fast as possible basically, and then he's going to be able to add on his 2 extra barracks as well fairly quickly as also. So reactor coming down here, and this will just be a nice solid macro orientated opening from our Terran player as this Reaper heads across the map right now to try and do what it does best, and that is to get information. So it's going to come into the main base. It's going to see that this is a single gas expansion, which immediately rules a few things out. It rules out a very fast Oracle. It rules out any kind of one base play, of course. It basically rules out any early game aggression. So he misclicks that probe. He could have had a probe kill, but he does not. And Schnitzel will get away out via the natural, confirms the Nexus is there, and that's pretty much all there is to it right now. I like this. He's actually going for the engineering bay here. A build we haven't seen for a while. I think it was like Mario or someone who did this first in GSL or Pro League. It was when Terrans were really struggling against Protoss players, and basically this build is designed so you can get your turrets up nice and quickly in your main base mineral line and your natural mineral line. You can get +1 very early, so that you have a very you're very much up to speed with your upgrades, if not ahead for a little while, which can give you a lot of momentum in the mid game. And that momentum in early and mid game can very easily, as a Terran player, transition into victories, because again, as a Terran player, you're such an early and mid game orientated race. So few Marines grouping up on the low ground here. Reaper's jumping back into this main base right now, looking for an opportunity to again see anything else taking place, but doesn't really find anything in this Reaper. Just going to jump back down. Again, nothing to actually see just yet, so he's just going to be able to jump back in and, again, try and confirm it in a little while. Now, because it's an engineering bay build, it's only going to be 1 extra barracks here before we see the factory on the way up and the starport on the way down and medevacs on the way out. Second gas being taken now to start preparing for that, for that tech path. Schnitzel just continues with his depot production. His natural command center is now in orbital. And on the Protoss side of things, a robot facility is the choice of play from Cowman. So the most standard of the 3 tech routes, from Blink and Twilight Council, from Stargate, from Twilight Council, and from Robo Facility. Robo, definitely the most normal. So, do I know what Schnitzel means? Do I know what Schnitzel means? I will in a second. It means Schnitzel. I don't know, what does Schnitzel mean? As this Reaper actually does come in here. And, identifies the Robo Facility, so he knows he's very safe here actually. He knows there's not really anything going to be coming out towards him in the near future. First observer on the way, and this will be the first glimpse the Protoss player has of the Terran's base. So the Protoss player right now has no idea what the Terran's up to. +1 armor can start very quickly here. Look how fast this +1 is. 730, +1 is finished. So again, this build really allows you to jump way far ahead on your upgrades. Adds on another depot here, and factory on the way. He's going to be able to start up a starport reactor. There's that +1 on the way as well, so things just going as we expect them to right now. Schnitzel, I'm surprised he doesn't try to move across the map a little bit, maybe try force a photon overcharge if nothing else. And now we've got a big discussion about schnitzels in the chat. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, the StarCraft community. Oh, I join in on your fun and games, but again, I am so tired. I can't even believe I'm actually managing to cast right now. As the Forge is on the way, Robobay as well, Colossus, Extended Thermal Lance, that combination is on the way up for our Protoss player. Cowman is the first real aggression coming across here from our Terran. Now, Mothership Core is in the main base, not in position at all to deal with anything in the natural. And Schnitzel, he thinks about running up there for a moment. 3 Zealots, 3 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, probably too much for this army to take on, even with Stim. So he's just going to fall back for now, wait for his Medivacs to come out. Ooh, is he chasing this Observer? Has he seen it? No, it doesn't look as though he has. He's got the money, he's got the energy to scan. I think he sees it, he does. Observer goes down, and this is a really nice early pick-off here. Limited to only 2 more Observers now. He'll kind of be stuck as to what exact, how much he can really see here. Out on the map. 3 extra barracks now being added on armory as well, so he can go into his +2 upgrades, as 1-1 is almost finished. So again, this is such a sick time because the medevacs are out pre 10 minutes, 1-1 is finished, and there's a pretty big bioforce on the map. So right now Schnitzel is moving across, and he has the potential to do a lot of damage against his opponent here. Moving into the main base, he probably can't come up this natural ramp, but he could definitely start dropping. And we'll see how much that can do now. Second Colossus has come out from Cowman. So with 2 Colossi, I don't believe he can really take this on. I don't really believe he can fight into 2 Colossi. I mean, the splash damage will be way too much on this primarily marine army. Marauder Marines continue to come out here, more and more medevacs, as well as we actually start to see Viking production. And a second starport has come up as well, so we're actually going to see double starport reactoring out Vikings, and this could very well lead into just an SCV pull here. We actually see a bunker on the way down as our Protoss player thinking about moving out. He has done some gateways, he starts to take, he has Blink on the way also. +1 armor finish, +2 armor on the way. I mean, this is just him slowly building up towards taking his 3rd base. He doesn't feel quite confident enough to take it just yet. I mean, he doesn't see a 3rd base from the Terran player just yet, so he says to himself, why do I need a 3rd base if why do I need a 3rd base if you don't have a 3rd base? So that's probably his thought of his trail of thinking right now as he moves forward. Just going to check the again, just wait to see what's at the front at any point here. Bunker loaded up. Again, 4 Vikings on the way out of time now, and it feels as though this probably will just be a +2 SCV pull once that +2 finishes, so it'll be 2-1 altogether. And that should 70-88. So it's going to be 0-2 for the Protoss player. He's going to have +2 armor available. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it's kind of getting later and later for an SCV pull, but he's not even added add-ons to these barracks. So I guess he's going to SCV pull. It must be pretty soon, right? Because as he gets more Vikings, I mean, Vikings can join him across the map. Yeah, here we go. SCV is coming. Pull the boys. Guys, this game is not going to go on for too much longer because the boys have been called upon and they are coming across the map. Scan comes down, he takes down that observer straight away, but I mean, it's already seen what it needs to see. If I'm the Protoss player right now, I cancel the charge. I spend everything I can on units to be able to hold on. He's even building up cannons here. I don't really actually like that map too much. This map too much for SCV pulls. I mean, how do you actually come up this ramp without just getting destroyed? I'm not too sure. Ooh, 2 Vikings taking a lot of damage here already. As it looks as though our Terran player Schnitzel looking as though he's just going to keep coming forward. 5 Colossi. Is there enough Vikings? I'm not too sure. If 2 of them already being very heavily damaged here. Time Walk comes down. The bio moves back. I think the SCVs have already been cleaned up. The Vikings again. There's 3 Colossus remaining. And with 3 Colossi remaining, it's going to take way too long for these Vikings to take them down. These cannons adding a lot of help in as well. The force fields are great to keep these units away. And 2 Colossi remain. Is it going to be enough though? Force fields are going to run out now, and Schnitzel still has a little bit of power with this army. He comes up this ramp, he comes in here to try and take this on. Another Viking comes forward, 1 more stim, some more SCVs come through. These Colossi are continuing to fall. 1 more Colossus may go down, but I think it's just a bit too little for Schnitzel. He's turned around here and he's actually down by about 65 supply. Stalkers blink forward, they can take the rest of this on, and Schnitzel, no option other than to type out those GGs. And there is game number 4 and a match point now in favour of No Dice Gaming here in our first quarterfinal of the SC2 Improved Team League America. And 9 weeks of work, the entire season of work of DuSt, now comes down to one player to keep them alive and to keep them playing in this quarterfinal match. Can they take down No Dice Gaming? They'll have to win 3 maps in a row. It will not be easy. I expect it will be to SWS to come out to take the reins and to try and lead his team to victory. He's acting as captain here tonight, and again, I reckon he's probably the best player on DuSt, so I would imagine that is the idea right now. I imagine it will be SWS as the ace player from DuSt, but I mean, whoever it is, what a job they have ahead of them, because right now, No Dice, they seem pretty darn strong, and they look pretty determined to get a rematch against RO8 Gaming in the semi-finals. Again, if you're wondering, I keep mentioning RO8 Gaming, if you're wondering, you know, why RO8 Gaming, this is what the bracket currently looks like. Zoom in a little bit and scroll down. This is what the bracket looks like. So RO8 and IVD with walkovers in their round of 8 matches because they finished first place in their group. DuSt, who finished second in their group, go up against third place in the group of Group A. That's No Dice Gaming. So the winner advances on to play RO8. And down here, Gravity versus Solaris. The winner of this moves on to play against IVD. So, bring this back over to the proper side of the screen. And guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, it could be our last game because everything is on the line right now for DuSt. Can they hold on? Can they start a little bit of a comeback? Can they take the first of the 3 maps which they need? We'll find out as Game 5 is on the way after this quick little bit of music and a few ads. Sorry, I just very quickly checked my Skype before we came back live, and someone liked a screenshot to something. So I was like, right, let's just very quickly check what this says. And then it was kind of very weird. So anyway, win game. Excuse me, I'm screwing up. God damn it, Woody, come on, pull yourself together. What's the score? 3-1. I'm just going today. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I just can't handle it anymore. In the lower left-hand corner, DuSt Gaming's final hope. It's SWS. Can he take 3 maps in a row to bring them to victory here today, or will he be stopped immediately by Cowman from No Dice Gaming in the upper right? He's the Orange Protoss player in this PvP. ShadowMac99 says he likes the music. Well, I'm glad you like the music. I like the music too because I've been singing along to it all evening just to keep my spirits up and to try and keep myself awake between them games. Foxy's being checked for here by Cowman. He's not going to let anything too aggressive kill him early on in this as a probe comes down to the low ground and checks around. Pylon coming up here, and with the pylon on the way, Cowman will very shortly be having a silent Hexcore in his base, using that pylon's power field to power it. What a great piece of analysis that was. Mind blowing. Right, so differences here already. SWS has got double gas down and mining with 2 workers in each, whereas his opponent is only just taking the second gas now. So SWS does have slightly more gas, but as it's only 2 workers each and not 3 workers in each, it is definitely a it's by far actually a what did I want to say? It definitely means he's gonna have more gas and more gas available to him. But it's not kind of the fastest tech possible because again he's only 2 workers in each. He's not using the max, you know, he's not getting as much out of this as he could. He could be getting more if he really wanted to rush out tech or anything. So he may still go for some kind of tech building first off of this one gateway. Also a possibility that he does just go for a 3-gate pressure because with this limited gas he's going to be able to add on 2 gateways and yeah, here we go, 3 gates. And with this limited gas, basically it means that he's going to be able to afford stalkers and maybe fool his opponent a bit. But again, he's still getting a bit more minerals than he would usually. He's getting 2 more minerals, probes worth of minerals at all times. So he's able to get the 2 extra gateways down here nice and quickly now. What is his opponent going for? Cowman just gets his mothership core out. There's 2 gateways already down for Cowman. He's beginning to move across the map here with a probe and a stalker. SWS patrolling his mothership core back at home here. Going to be using this as a way to this is going to be weird. He's going to use the probe, I think. Probe's going to get up here to make the pylon, but I mean the pylon will be spotted and it will be worked away at by the mothership core and these 2 stalkers, so pylon will have to be cancelled. I think another probe will have to come across the map. SWS just going to have to stop for now. I'm actually kind of surprised that Camman's continuing to move across the map here. I mean, he's seen the pylon, he must know something aggressive is coming his way. Yet he comes out and he's going to take the fight, and most importantly, this mothership core is not going to be anywhere near home to be able to be saved. It's going to maybe go down right now, and if this mothership core falls, that's no forward overcharge, and that's going to be huge. Yes, SWS gets it. And that is a major pick-off right at the start of this game. However, Sentry comes out, and if the force fields are good, Cowman should be able to keep his opponent out of his base. And just never let him in here. SWS, I mean, the reinforcements distance is quite large at the moment. Simply because he has to warp in all the way over here. He didn't get another pylon anywhere closer. So, Twilight Council on the way for Cowman. He is looking to just keep on going here. He's not going to let, you know, this little bit of pressure stop him. He shouldn't die to this. Again, he's got the first sentry out, so he's going to be able to force field the ramp. He should be okay. SWS back at home. He's just going to expand, and intrigued to see what kind of tech he'll go into behind this expansion. An expansion now on the way down here for him. So SWS expanded and denying his opponent from expanding by sitting on the bottom of his ramp with more units. Cowman can't afford to come down here because as soon as he does, there will just be a force field on the ramp to you know, cut the units in half and block them off a little bit, and you know, take a better and just to, you know, pick off half of them at a time. So SWS is going to get out of this pause and we're going to resume. And yeah, again, SWS, he's going to be able to cut off this army if he tries to come down the ramp. Now, SWS should know the timings as to when, you know, Blink may come up, or, you know, when he feels as though it's a safe time to go home. He probably has a pretty good gut feeling about that, so probably see him here for another 30-ish seconds, maybe about 8:30 or so. I reckon he'll start to move back home and say, right, you know, I've gotten out of this. And in fact, he's going to start moving now. Turns around just for a second to put the force field down, and does begin to just head back. So again, just heading back before things get too dangerous over here. And Cowman will now come down his ramp. He is free. Chrono Boost now Blink, and he may just commit to free gate Blink here. Coming across the map, what's the stalker count like? 12 against 7. There's more sentries for SWS. That won't really help him on the low ground. Mothership Core does have 2 photon overcharges available, and he does have a robot facility with what's going to be an immortal on the way immediately, right? Okay, he's going to make an observer first and then an immortal. Cowman appeals some units also to come and deal with this pylon, and already has a pylon set up over here actually, so he's ready to go into this. More stalkers coming across the map, a probe coming across here as well, and with Blink finishing, will he be able to push on through? I mean, it's definitely possible now. Some force fields could come down. He's going to start moving up here. 1 force field down, 3 force fields down. That's a lot of force fields for a single stalker. These units are going to come up this way and start working down on these rocks, and try and find another way through into this natural expansion of his opponent. Hallucinated Phoenix starting to come through, but he doesn't quite see them units. He sees the rocks coming down though. He's warping in a couple more sentries. No, he just needs some more. He needs to buy time for more mortals to come out. Again, with this pylon, Cowman can reinforce, but he's down right now in workers. He's also down right now in army, and first couple of force fields come down. Stalkers will just blink away from the fight as they get low on shields. And Cowman trying to establish his own natural expansion now at home. Adding on a robot facility, adding on a forge as well, so he's going to be looking to basically take a lead in terms of the upgrades. Go into his own immortals as well. Coming forward here, he may try and snipe the immortal of SWS, and he does get one of them, just blink microing away. And that was a really nice pick off by Cowman. Gets the immortal and now just moves out of here. He moves back in, he gets another stalker as well, really utilising this blink well. Getting the most out of it, and little things like this is what will pull him back in with this supply, and you know, make up for the kind of worker difference at the moment, which he is in a deficit for. Resources lost show it's actually pretty even, but again, lowering the immortal can, that's one of the most important things he could probably lower at this point of the game. So Cowman just going to sit here, just still waiting. I mean, with these Blink Stalkers, he can pretty much sit here as long as he likes. Coming forward once again, he gets a shot off, just blinks away. Again, doesn't overcommit at all. And Immortal's on the way out for him, as well as a Forge upgrading for both players. In fact, I missed the Forge coming down here for SWS. So both these guys are beginning to upgrade, and we're both looking at the next steps of this build as well, which is going to be the Robo Base. It's going to start going into Colossus production. Honestly, I like this. I don't know what Cowman just lost there. I think he just miscontrolled the Stalker or something. Yeah, both these guys going into Colossus play, so we're going to see a very similar style of play from both of them. As Cowman is forced back, he's going to lose his pylon, hits his supply block, 76 over 76. SWS is a little bit confused, just as I was, about what exactly it was TT. Cowman says nothing. So, starts to Chrono Boost out his first Colossus here. SWS about to be doing the same. Forges are fairly even in terms of their upgrade timings. Well, actually, it's about 30-40 seconds ahead for Cowman. I mean, it's only a Chrono Boost or two difference. But, I mean, Chrono Boost currently coming down on the Colossus, on the Robo Bay. Get them out as soon as he can. I might see this game, I'd probably see this heading up to both these guys heading up to 3 bases soon. SWS actually putting this down just before I said that. So, 3 bases on the way for SWS. There's no real reason to not go up to 3 bases, basically. I mean, maybe if you're a little bit scared your opponent's just going to add on a ton of gateways and try and kill you off. But as it stands right now, I think Cowman is pretty much okay to just take his own 3rd base as well. Especially, well, SWS is, I think Cowman is, well, both these guys are pretty much just planning on taking the 3rd base. Interesting if they both decide to take the 3rd base down here. I guess it's a nicer 3rd base to hold than this one, which is, you know, very out and in the open. So looks as though, yeah, we're going to see the 3rd base coming down over here, and Cowman will be a little bit behind on this as well. So SWS, he was ahead on getting his natural, and now he's ahead on getting his 3rd. Colossi and upgrades are very even though again, so you know the overall you know the units here it very much will just in the end come down to one fight, as SWS adds on some gateways, 5 gateways in total coming up, and that will take him up to 8 and 8. So with 8 gateways, he's basically just on 3 base production, going to be able to you know actually use all of the money he's getting in from the workers across the 3 bases. As again extended from the Lance Fish. I mean, just you know pretty much the same stuff from both of these players. Charge on the way now as well. SWS's charge is coming towards completion. Cowman's is just starting. And a Temple Archives for SWS as well. So he's the first to kind of start committing towards a Archon play here. Adding Archons into the composition. These Blink Stalkers trying to do a little bit more. Not really done all too much in the end though. Still just, you know, looking for opportunities, looking to see if the army was a bit too far out of position so that he could do some damage. And, you know, it's little things like that which will get you games, little opportunities which you make for yourself. So, oh, he killed his own observer, thank you. So that's what he did, he killed his own observer, and that's why he said TT. I like this. Once again, these Stalkers are looking for a different angle to come at this. It looks as though he's just going to come in this way. He's going to run into a Zealot, so he'll just be able to pick off the Zealot, and we'll probably then just retreat, because honestly, why, you know, the army's going to come back in time to defend. So a few Stalkers already peeling away though. Cowman will just blink away. Not too much nothing too significant really happening. And whoa, the Stalker's actually getting caught. Cowman taking a big loss there, losing a lot more Stalkers than he should have. And I mean, he shouldn't have lost any, so that was a little bit of a mistake from him. Falling back home now. He has got +3 on the way, so again, his upgrades could make a big difference in any kind of fight we see. As, wow, I mean, we have a pretty big army coming across the map for SWS. What's the gateway production on? We're only just seeing now extra gateways come in for Cowman. He's only just gone to 6 from 3, and he's only got gateways 7 and 8 on the way now, so SWS is really making the difference here. With that extra production, he's got so many more gateway units now. +3 attack will not become a factor in this game for Cowman. So despite having the lead in that upgrade, that won't become a factor unless SWS decides to go home in the next couple of moments. And I don't really think he will, because here we go. He puts his Guardian Shield down, he drops the time over. He's just going to take this fight, and with Archons mixed in, and with more Zealots than his opponent, he's just going to come through here and take this fight without even a second thought. I mean, you can see how fast the Colossus fall, and everything in front fell even faster. And GG is called. SWS takes DuSt into a second map victory of the evening here to put us into game number 6 and a 2-3 scoreline in this best of 7 all kill. Again, the quarterfinals of SC2 Improved Team League America. Guys, game 6 on the way after a quick commercial break. I've got nothing more to say other than to stay tuned, because SWS is showing us that he has the potential to maybe take this all the way and to bring DuSt to that victory. But I'm sure No Dice Gaming are not going to make it easy. Guys, we'll be back in 3 minutes time. We are back and in the lobby, counting down to game number 6 of this best of 7 all kill match. Samuel comes out next from No Dice Gaming, a Zerg player on merry-go-round, leaving Deadwing as map 7. Can SWS take down the Zerg here on merry-go-round? We're about to find out. We're loading on up, and again it's all on his shoulders as to whether or not DuSt Gaming have an opportunity to play in the semi-finals of SC2ITL America Season 1. We will, however, be starting with the blue Zerg player in the 6 o'clock position here on merry-go-round from No Dice Gaming. It's Samuel, the third player out for them today. They started with Charm, they followed with Cowman. Cham fell to Demilove, Cowman fell to SWS. So they've only lost the mirror matches so far. And again, they won a mirror match too, so I guess it's not really kind of meaningful at all. Samuel here in the lower side of the map. In the upper left hand side of the map from DuSt Gaming, it's SWS, the red Protoss player. And again, he needs 2 more victories in a row here to be able to take his team to victory. And again, it's not going to be easy, but it's definitely a possibility now as he starts to Corona boost out some more probes and gets ready to head on into this game and whatever plans he may have for this game here on merry-go-round. Very nice, very nicely played in the last map. I think he seemed to just have the advantage in terms of that ever so slightly faster natural. He had a few more workers for quite a long time. And, you know, having more workers for a longer time has allowed him to go into that production a lot faster than his opponent. And it was the gateway production, the extra gateway units and the Archons that was added into his army that really made the difference there. So I think that was the main difference, as a pool on the way for Samuel to start things off, spawning pool on the way, and a gateway on the way as well from SWS. And, yeah, dropping the pylon, single gas on the way. Nothing too crazy to begin with here on merry-go-round. Now, would expect on this map more than anything, maybe a 2 base timing, because honestly, to take a 3rd base on this map as a Protoss player is pretty darn horrible. This is the 3rd base he will be taking to expand, you know, away from the Zerg player. Don't think you'd want to expand towards. I guess you could expand here if you wanted to. It's still kind of awkward to hold. I guess it's a little bit more choky. So I guess you could expand here. Again, the Zerg, I mean, if the Zerg will want to expand over here, definitely. It's one of their maps. We'll see what SWS decides to do if he ever does get up to a 3rd base. But in general, the natural 3rd base here, the one which is kind of tucked in, and you know, in between the main and the natural, is very wide and very open, and that does make it very hard to hold with the force fields. Makes it very easy for the Zerg units to get a good concave and to fight as the game goes on. So Samuel with the gas on the way here, he's just going to open with gas just to be nice and safe against any kind of opening of SWS, any aggressive opening, get link speed out so you can get surrounds nice and quickly on any early units and stuff like that. A couple of lings now heading across the map, it would seem, to do a little bit of scouting of their own. He knows where his opponent has spawned because this overlord has checked this up at base 2, and we'll now head down to the bottom left, which I believe is base 1 over here. I do believe. I think this is base 3. So these couple of lings are going to head over here. Mothership will greet them, and these lings turn away instantly, realizing that it's not as much of a greeting as it is an invitation to just get lost out of my base. So lings back off, Mothership Core, the defender, and a very fast robotics facility from SWS, and this can literally only mean an immortal will then. I mean, for this came down before the 5-minute mark. This is how fast this is, and well, he's on 2 gases for a moment. I thought maybe he's just going to go mass sell it, but oh no, Samuel, he gets in here and he is going to scout immediately what's going on. He sees that building. I don't think he clicked on it though, so I don't think he knows what it is straight away here. He's going to try and loop around and maybe come back to get that information. He will loop around. Does he click on the robo facility? That's the important thing. He needs to click on it to see what it is, and he clicks on it and clicks on it and he sees it's a robo. So he knows it's a very fast robo facility on the way, and SWS looking like he wants to get very aggressive very quickly here. And what does come out of here? There's a couple of gateways I've done for him. He doesn't quite have the gas to get anything just yet. It's just going to be an observer to start with. And wonder if SWS just has different plans now that it's been spotted so early on in this game. Maybe. Maybe this was his plan all along and I'm just talking nonsense about it being an immortal all then. But I mean, you gotta admit that is a darn fast robo facility to just go into a forge with. Generally you would see the gateways and then the forge and then the robo facility, because there's no real rush to get your observer out, because generally the Zerg doesn't do too much crazy. But I say that, and Samuel is actually going into a lair already, and looking as though he's just going to go into a very quick spire, I'd imagine. With 4 gases, there's nothing else he can really tech into that quickly. Maybe 2 base swarm hosts, if he really wants to. I really hope not. That would be actually my worst nightmare right now, without without Diadem. Let's see what he puts down. He starts with his third base. It will just be the spire. So he's just going to try and rush to Mutalisks here. Well, Immortals are on the way out for our Protoss player for SWS. So one Immortal comes out, he doesn't start another. He's not really in a rush. Again, with this observer in his opponent's main base right now, he sees the spire on the way, so he knows what's up. He knows what's happening. And he's just going to stop robo production because he realizes he doesn't need robotics units to deal with spire play. You know, what do robotics units give him against a spire? Well, they give the Mutalisks target practice, but that's about all they really serve for. So immediately here, double Stargate on the way down, and SWS just looking as though with the information he has, he's going to be able to just hard counter his opponent very, very easily here in this 6th game of this best of 7. So SWS looking good right now as Samuel, he's just getting all set up here and ready to go. His creep coming over towards his third base, which is just about to finish right now. These Lings trying to do a little something but can't really do anything towards this ramp. 11 Mutalisks is the number which can come out for Samuel as this spire finishes, maybe 12. So there's the spire, there's 9 Mutas on the way. He can go up to 12 now if he wants to start +1 flyer attacks, and that will mean that it's just 11. So 11 Mutas on the way, and they're going to start heading across the map pretty soon. But again, SWS is so well prepared for this. With double Phoenix production, he'll be on 4 Phoenix before the Mutalisks reach his base, and already that means some very, very quick dead Mutalisks. And yeah, I kind of really struggled to see Samuel doing kind of well in this game at all. I mean, he's been completely hard countered here very early on. I wonder what SWS follows up with. He could maybe follow up with just a lot of gateways and try and move across the map. It might be a bit too risky for him though. There's cannon on the way, more and more Phoenix on the way out. That's the 5th and 6th Phoenixes on the way now, as the Mutalisks come into the main base, and they're going to try and start doing some damage. You can go for this phone overcharge to come down immediately, and it will. So phone overcharge comes down, and now here come the Phoenix, and well, these Mutalisks just take so much damage. 2 Mutalisks, 3 Mutalisks, 4 Mutalisks, 5 Mutalisks, 6 Mutalisks, 7 Mutalisks, every Mutalisk ever. 1 more, 2 more, all of them. Yeah, every single one. And that is a huge loss at the start of this game. 400 minerals lost at the start here. Looks as though, what did SWS actually lose? A couple of probes he's lost to the Mutas, but he's killed off all 11. Didn't even lose a Phoenix. And, well, this does not bode well right now for our Zerg player. A big loss to him very early on. However, he already started at 4th base. He loses more Mutalisks. He fires them straight into these Phoenix, and now that's what, 14? 16, that was way more than I thought it was. I didn't think there was quite that many. These Phoenix come in now, they're going to start taking down these Corruptors, and Samuel just doesn't have enough. Like, he just has to stop, he has to stop Sky unit production. Like, he can't build anything else that flies. Because this will just keep happening, and he's going to lose a lot of drones here as well. I mean, these Phoenix can fly in and just even maybe take down the whole mineral line. The Spore Crawler is not finished yet, so they've got complete free reign. Samuel's going to stick around. He's going to lose some overlords here. SWS doesn't care about taking a few shots from the Spore Crawler. He's just going to stick around. He's going to take down all of these overlords and just turn around and get out of there. He could have picked up some more drones if he'd wanted to, but what a lead SWS has right now. Again, he's lost a single Phoenix. He's picked off 6 overlords, 16 meters, 2 corruptors, 9 drones. It goes on and on. The advantage he is in right now. He's going to secure a third base, and I can't see him taking too much longer once he's got this third base down to just move across the map and really secure his advantage into a victory. More overloads going down. Samuel supply blocks. He's just been completely outplayed here. He has 10 Hydras on the way, but with this many Phoenix, these Phoenix can literally pick up the Hydras as they spawn and just kill them off, probably, I would imagine. So, coming back here, picking off that drone. Some Corruptors are coming out to try and help out with this. Templar Archives on the way down for SWS. He's not going to bother with a Robobay, not going to bother with Colossi. Just going to go into Templar Archives, get some Archons, and again, he could probably push with +2 Blink and just Gateway units with some Archons mixed in. These Phoenix still just flying around, finding any damage they can do. Surprisingly, haven't found this one Overlord, which is on his side of the map, but finds a Queen spread and creep through the middle. A couple of Lings coming forward here, they'll get picked off pretty quickly, as well as SWS just popping a Guardian Shield. Not sure if he really meant to do that or whether it's just a bit of an accident. As these Phoenix moving forward here once again. I mean, SWS knows everything about his opponent. He knows he's going into Hydras, he knows he's got a 4th base up. So again, he's got all the information he needs to respond however he sees best to do so. A couple of Hydras getting picked up here. Another Phoenix not going down just yet. A Mutalisk will go down though. Corruptor's given chase, but still not quite able. Okay, now they pick off another Phoenix. Finally picking off another Phoenix, but still, I mean, 9 Phoenix still in the sky. The ability to make more. 7 gateways being added on here, and again, I think with these gateways, SWS is just going to move forward and try and win this game. +2 is going to finish up very soon. Archon's on the way, and yeah, he's just going to observe this. He's just going to clear the creep spread as he moves across the map. Guardian Shield's popped. Going to be greeted here by the Zerg players. And Force Fields aren't really the best. They let the Zerglings through and they let the Zerglings fight. The Zerglings going to turn this army around. SWS actually doesn't want to take a fight just here. He wants his extra gateways to finish up. That's what he's waiting for. Waiting for his extra gateways to come in. But the Zerg player comes all the way to the third base. Linging forward now with these Stalkers, and well, loses that as the Lings do turn around to fight. And a few more Stalkers being walked in here, and it looks as though we might just have the fight coming in. Phoenix are going to lift a lot of these Hydras, taking them out of the fight, and that's almost half of the Hydras just picked off here right at the start, just because the Phoenix are going to lift them up. And I mean, now the Phoenix are slowly starting to drop them, and the Hydras are starting to do a little something. In fact, here there may be a little bit too much, really. As SWS picked this fight a little bit too soon, he's got 1.5k 800 in the bank, and that's pretty substantial. Reinforcements coming in. No, is Samuel going to win this? What on earth has just happened? SWS, if he'd had his money in units already, it wouldn't be this close, but now as it stands, it might be pretty close to that after all. Coming forward here once again, Lings are going to get us around, forcing these Stalkers to blink in towards the third base. Phone overcharge is gone, Mothership Core is gone, Zealots are being killed as they walk in. Some Corruptors are just kind of flying around, just help out with killing them from Observer, so I guess they did something here. A few Hydras left over, the Lings go down, but I mean, more Lings on the way across, and Hydra's still here, still trading with these Stalkers. Is SWS, how do you lose this game? I mean, it's not over yet, but it's not looking good, right? You know, you've been pushed back on your third base, you're barely holding on, you're literally using the cannon to survive right now. More Hydras come across the map, more Zerglings as well, some Archons come in, and they could definitely help out. A little bit of splash damage to be added into this, but I think they might just get too much on the way already. One Archon may even fall before it even comes in. There's so many Stalkers being picked off. In fact, all of the Stalkers are pretty much gone now. Wow, how does this happen? SWS, he really wasn't in a fantastic position, but he took the fight just a little bit too soon. And Samuel takes game 6 and puts No Dice Gaming into the round of 4, into the semi-finals, and secure themselves at least 2 more matches in the SC2 Improved Team League America playoffs, because if they lose against Root, they will go into the 3rd place match. Wow, SWS, that's such a tough loss. Like, even during at the start of that fight, like, you can kind of see it, you know? When you have a graph like this, you're meant to be winning, right? You're winning, and he just didn't have enough. The Phoenix just, I don't know. He had so much money. He had like 1k 800. If that was another 8 Stalkers, because it was close initially. The first fight was close, and that's where it snowballed from. If he had another 8 Stalkers still there initially, it would have been okay. But he couldn't walk them in because he didn't have his extra gateways finished. That's what I think he was pulling back for. That's what he was waiting for. And SWS taps out of the game. DuSt tap out of the tournament. no dice game and make it to the semi-finals for a rematch against Root. It was 2-4, a 2-4 loss for no dice last time they played Root in the group stage. We'll see if they can create another entertaining series from us against Root once again when we're back with the playoffs. There will be a bit of a break on the SC2ITL America, guys, and basically I'm going away Thursday to Sunday, and then there's WCS America and stuff, so it'll be a little while before we get back into WCS America playoffs, but I will be working while I'm gone to make sure that there's a lot more info, and it'll be a lot more better planned and stuff, so that we might actually get some hype around it and stuff. Anyway, guys, I'm going to just go because I'm so tired. Thank you. I'm going to run one set of ads on the outro. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hope you enjoyed the show. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you to DuSt for participating in the season. Thank you to DuSt for participating during the season, and commiserations to them. But playoffs, top 8, top 6 even. It's not a bad finish, and they put up a good fight. And again, it really was so close to being 3-3. And congratulations to No Dice Gaming, top 4 confirmed. They only need to beat one more team to get into the prize money. Guys, good night. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.